In today's video we're back in my local fish shop Hames. I'm going to show you exactly how I made this beautiful 150 centimeter aquarium for some really nice fish that I've never kept before. Super excited, let's get started. So if you're a regular viewer of the channel, then you will know that we built an entire aquascaping gallery inside the store. Currently have like 4 large tanks, Aquascape line 90, Aquascape line 100, a 4-foot tank and a 2-meter aquarium. We have a few nanos and soon we're going to make a shallow on top over here. Now today we're actually not going to be working in the gallery, we're going to be working in the store because we're not setting up a rimless tank. We are setting up a framed aquarium. Like, what's the correct term? Is it a framed? Is it a rimmed aquarium? I'm not sure. But yeah, this is the tank that we're going to be setting up. An Aquatlantis Planet Ultra 150. So it's actually a decent sized tank. So 150 centimeters from left to right. I think that's 5 foot. The height is 60. And then the most interesting part is the width, because it's only 40 centimeters. So it's quite a narrow tank. Bit of a challenge to turn it into a nice aquascape, but I'm excited. Yeah, interesting dimensions. It's going to be quite a challenge to create some depth in a tank with only 40 centimeters width, but I'm definitely up for it. So yeah, tank is from Aquatlantis, which is a Portuguese brand. We're going to use the just the stock light, but I think we're gonna upgrade the filter, because normally these tanks come with a internal filter. It's quite big, so I think we're going to upgrade it to an Oase Biomaster. Probably going to use CO2 as well. We have a CO2 regulator pro from Chihiros. Okay, so as always, I have pretty much complete freedom to do whatever I want with this aquarium. The only thing the owners have asked me is to make it relatively low maintenance. You know, all the tanks in the aquascaping gallery, they're all high tech. They all have quite fast growing plants. They have a carpet as well. I mean, in this tank is quite high, so a carpet in here might not be the best idea. Either no carpet or a carpet that just doesn't require frequent trimming, you know. Besides that, we can just use a bunch of crypts and some ferns. So that was just a quick introduction into the project. I think we're ready to get started. Let's go find some substrate, some hardscape, and then we can start building. Okay, so first things first, let's pick out a substrate. Normally I always use aqua soil, but I think for this tank we're not going to do that. I think we're just going to use a nutrient-rich base layer and either cap that with a gravel or just a nice cosmetic sand. So in terms of the base layer, we either have the Deponit mix from Danila or this Humalit Pro, which I've never used before. I have used this one before with good results. So yeah, that's the logical option. I think I'm going to take a big one. Then to cap the base layer, we're just going to use a nice sand or gravel. I was actually looking at this stuff right here, Ground Nature. I think I've used this one before in a small tank, and I think it's what they've used in this tank on display here. So it's just a nice sand with, you know, small gravel. It looks very natural in my opinion, so I quite like it. Now I like to use a lot of nutrients in the substrate, so I'm gonna take a bag of these Flourish tabs as well. Okay, so I have 1 large and 1 medium-sized bucket of the Deponit mix and 2 bags of this sand and gravel mix. I think it's a good place to start. I mean, we can always add more sand if necessary, because it's such a narrow tank, so we definitely need a bit of a slope. But yeah, let's just start with this. Flourish tabs as well. So let's get the substrate in. Here we go, base layer in, root tabs in as well. So now we can cover everything with the top layer. Okay, so that's 2 bags in. You can kind of see the color difference. That's the top layer, that's the bottom layer. And as you can see, we definitely need a bit more. Forgot how much substrate you need for a 5-foot tank. Okay, I think that's the substrate layer done for now. I think we should move on to the hardscape. Maybe once the hardscape is done, we can add a little bit more substrate in the background just to add some more height. But yeah, let's go find some nice wood and some nice rocks. So if you've never seen a video of this store before, I think they have one of the best hardscape collections of the Dutch stores that I know. So this area over here is all different kind of rocks. This side is wood. Over here we have a lot more wood. And if you walk all the way to the back here, this is basically the hardscape for like really big tanks, you know. So lots of big pieces of driftwood, which probably could fit in a 5-foot tank, but because our tank is so narrow, I think these are just a bit too big. They recently received a batch of new wood that I've actually never heard of before. It's this stuff over here. It's called Zambia wood. Have some really nice pieces. There's a lot of detail on it as well. It's not too big, you know, so a few of these pieces together I think could look nice in that 5-foot tank. Then in terms of the rocks, because we have quite a light substrate, I'm thinking of using these darker, sort of like lava rock. They call it Kuroi dark rock. It's basically just lava, but some of these pieces have really nice texture on it as well. So yeah, the Zambia wood with the Kuroi rock, I think that's going to be it. Okay, I have a whole cart full of the Zambia wood, so we have a good selection. The box below that is the lava rocks. So let's get the wood in first. I'm thinking of making a bit of a triangular composition like this, because from this side, like this is basically like the main walkway, you know. So I think a triangular composition coming down low should look nice. Then you can also view the gram nicely from the long side over here. So I think this piece over here is probably my favorite because it has a really nice curve to it. So this could be somewhere towards the end maybe. But yeah, I'm gonna keep the tags on for now in case I don't end up using this piece. So we're just gonna do some bit of just rough layout scaping. Yeah, so I think this is kind of like the rough idea. So all the wood is kind of pointing in that direction, but some of them are pointing down, some of them are going up. We do need a little bit more height because there's still a bit of a gap between the top of the aquarium and the highest point of the wood. So I think I'm just gonna raise some of them with some rocks. I've taken everything out of the box and kind of just laid it on the floor here. Some of these are really nice, like the texture on this is really good. This is a bit different. See, it has a lot bigger holes. So this one's probably my least favorite, but look at this, guys. This looks really good, right? Okay guys, I spent about 30 to 45 minutes playing around with the wooden rocks, and I think this is almost the final result. I really like how it looks. Like I said, mostly the wood is pointing in this direction. There's one on the right that's going the other way, just to kind of balance it out. There's a small one pointing in that direction as well. I think the next step is to start removing all the tags from the wood and the rocks. I also want to add in one more bag of sand in the background, just to kind of build up the height a little bit more. Yeah, I like where this is going. Okay, so I added one more bag of that sand and gravel mix. So in total we have 40 kilos of sand and gravel in here. It might be a bit hard to see on camera, but now we have a nice slope towards the back. It really did help with the sense of depth. I've also added one more rock over here and another one in the back over there, just to kind of make it a bit more interesting. Also over here to break up the line a little bit, you know. So I think the next step is to start gluing everything together. You know guys, that's one thing that I do like about these framed aquariums, that they kind of hide the substrate a little bit, so you don't have this thick substrate layer right against the front glass. It just looks a lot nicer in my opinion. Okay, so I brought my own glue collection. So we have the famous cotton pads. I've got some liquid super glue in here. I have some gel super glue as well, so let's get to work. Okay, roughly 15 minutes later, and I think everything is nice and secure. The only thing I wasn't really sure about was this piece right here, because it doesn't really have a lot of connections to glue it. So I just placed a rock on top. I think I'm just going to leave it there because it actually doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I think we are now pretty much ready for planting. So I placed an order a couple days ago, just arrived. Let me show you what we got. So I basically just ordered a bunch of different crypts. So we have the crypt Balancea, perfect for the background. Crypt Valley, a nice bright green one for the midground. And I also have this one. This is the crypt Retro Spiralis. I think it's similar to the Balancea, but it's already a bit bigger. So I think we're just going to mix the Balancea and the Retro Spiralis. Got some really nice boosts as well, the green one and the red one. This is the crypt Valkyrie. I think this will be nice in the midground as well. I do see some Trident Java Fern. I'm actually not sure how I ordered this, but I can definitely use it. So I'm just going to quickly prepare all these plants and then we can add them in. Looking forward to see this one planted. One eternity later, all the plants are prepared. Okay, so I'm going to start with the foreground because that's the most work. For that I have the Helantium tenellum or Echinodorus tennellus. So quite a easy carpeting plant as well, and also easy in terms of maintenance. Okay guys, we are officially done planting. Well, I still have a few empty gaps. So for example, underneath the wood over there, a little bit of a gap over here. So I could add a few more pots, but I don't know, I think it's fine. I'm really happy with the end result. So you kind of have to envision that the background is going to grow a lot taller, a lot of tape-shaped plants that will start laying on the water surface and just go with the flow, you know, go with the flow. It is now 4:15. I think we started at 10 o'clock, so not a bad day's work. But yeah, I think we're done for today. Now we just have to wait for the tank to clear up, to cycle, and then in a few weeks we can come back, add in the fish. But you guys are going to see that in the next few clips anyway. Boom, YouTube magic, 1 month has passed. Tank is actually looking surprisingly good after just 4 weeks. As you can see, we have a bag floating in the tank as well, so soon we're going to add in some fish. So the foreground, the Helantium tenellum, has absolutely exploded. Doesn't really fit in the low maintenance theme that we were going for, but I think it looks really good though. We've also added a small skimmer just to keep the surface nice and clean, you know. Background plant looks absolutely amazing. That's the Pogestamen octopus. Kind of just add this one in to just help with the startup, you know. A few fast growing plants during startup period is always good. We might remove it at some point if we get sick of the fast growth, but for now I think it looks really good. Really cool from the top down view as well. Oh, I see we have a few pieces of duckweed. I might have to remove those. And I really like this as well, you know, the side view. I think it looks really cool. Okay, now let's talk about the fish. Let's see if you guys can guess what they are. Give you a few seconds to think about it. These are fork-tail blue-eye rainbows. I've always wanted to keep them, but they're quite active swimmers. They need a lot of space. So I thought, this is a good sized tank. I think it's perfect for some rainbow fish. So the bag's been floating for a while, so these guys can go straight in. Really interesting fish. Beautiful bright yellow fins. Very long body as well. They do get a little bit bigger. I think they will grow 5-6 centimeters. So they will grow a little bit bigger. We might add a few more fish at some point, but this is just a good place to start, you know.